G'day guys, welcome to part 9 of the Path of Exile Compendium, and this time we're just finishing off loose ends. So in the previous parts we have done, well, we did the right side of the map, and now we're going to be doing the left side of the map. So basically we got 3 fingers, and what we're going to do is we're going to do all these quests because that's what we need to do at the moment, so we can deal the bandits, go to Alira, and do Sharp and Cruel, and that's what we're going to do at the moment. Now we're going to go to the Western Forest and find Alira, and we're just going to basically pump everyone up with Arc as we go along. Now we're going to make sure all our auras are on, and we just zap people to smithereens basically. This is how strong Arc is basically at this stage. Now we did get a level, so let's just bring in a quick little update to show that, hey, let's see what our levels are like currently. Now, overall, you will check our passives very shortly to get to the preview. I think we checked our passives in the previous part as well, but just a bit of a refresher. We are going to be heading, I think we've already got that in socket, right? We are going to be heading this way down here to get that other socket as well, to get life and then increase life, sorry, not increase life, but cool preparation. But anyway, let's go ahead. So pretty much we're looking for Alira, and if you guys don't remember, last time to find Alira is to just basically follow the path. And at this stage, basically, your passives are quite strong. Now, if this is a second character for you in particular, you can start transferring, like, you know, really top tier stuff over to your ult. Personally, I can probably transfer Tabula Rasa. Tabula Rasa is actually a very good leveling item. There are a few other rings and stuff like that as well, where they increase your experience per level as well, which is amazing, and you may want to pick that one up as well. Anyways, we'll continue along until we get to Alira. Now, some of the frustrations with, obviously, Path of Exile, and I'm experiencing it right now, is sometimes on the map you can't find the person. But in particular, what you got to do is just keep clearing until you potentially find the camp. Like, there's nothing really you can do. Like, there's no, like, split area until you study the maps enough, or you know where a certain person is and vice versa. So pretty much you're going to get to these points where basically it's just like, well, I've literally explored everywhere. Like, where else do I have to go at this stage kind of thing. And try. Okay, so after about 10 minutes I found Alira, okay? It's probably one of the most frustrating searches I have done in a long time. So we're going to help Alira, and you get the bonuses you can see here, which is huge. So she also gives you the Apex. Now the Apex, well, that's for a later quest, okay? But with the Apex, this is towards the end of Act 2, just an FYI. The Apex, the next one you have to get is Maligaro Spike, and well, we've got to find the Weaver's exit here. Now, I'm not sure where the Weaver's exit is, which is the hard part here. So, we're going to have to explore most of the map, but fortunately, we've already explored most of the map already, as you can see here. And we can see if we can find it. It could be behind Alira's camp, funnily enough, and that's what I'm going to actually look, is behind Alira's camp. So, we found the Weaver's chambers, so what we need to get here is, obviously, we need to make sure that we get the Maligaro Spike. Now, with this spike in particular, well, it's going to allow us to get to the final dungeon of Act 2. Without it, you can't get to the dungeon of Act 2. Basically, it's covered in a web or moss, which needs to be poisoned before you can go in. And Maligaro Spike is that poison that you need before you're allowed to go in. So with the Weaver's Cavern, what you're trying to go to is see that little second exit up there, those 2 exits up there. You are trying to go to those, because those will lead you to a new area where you will fight a boss for Maligaro Spike. So be aware of some of these areas, you're looking for just the exits to just go into the Weaver's Nest, which will put you into here. Now the Weaver's Nest is obviously a spider. I'm just going to kill the Weaver. That's pretty much it. Now the Weaver will constantly spawn adds. Fortunately, you're Arc Spec, which means you can just basically pummel a Weaver, put Storm Calls onto the Weaver, and keep going that way. Now be aware that they will put slows on you and stuff like that as well. Just keep spamming Arc and putting Storm Call on Weaver, and you should be able to beat Weaver very quickly. Now Weaver will go away at half HP. Basically, you'll meet the Weaver back again once you get to the end game of this game, because it's a similar boss, and you'll remember this setup for it as well. Now Herald of Thunder will do most of your AoE for you, so don't worry too much. You'll do a lot of your AoE, because obviously Herald of Thunder just taps anything within a range. Now once the Weaver's back, basically same thing again. The Storm Call, go. I'm not sure why my Quicksilver Sash isn't being used, or Quicksilver, not Sash, but the potion's being used. So keep arcing the Weaver. For some reason the Weaver stopped spawning ads, so you can just probably zerg it now. and we'll get Maligaro Spike. Now, with Maligaro Spike, you have to go back to the forest encampment, so we can... So now we're back at camp. Need to talk to Silk. And Silk will give you a reward, which you may need. So you can see here, Predator, Trinity Support, you get a support gem, okay? Now what we need to find is we need to find the support gem that we need. So we're going to go back to our Pobbins page, and we're going to go to Act 2. So now in particular, the one that we do want is we do want Wave of Conviction as well. I'm not sure if we've got that on our bars, but I think we got that at Yina. But I believe we do need another one. So I'm just checking it out at the moment for Act 2. Cast speed, if it does affect Arc, yeah, it does. Because then you can just spam Arc, and that's what we probably want to do. So you can see here that, you know, just basically picking skills that, you know, benefit my build. So you have to poison the tree to get in. Now we're going to go to Yina, because Yina will have a lot more supports available that we can use. So basically there's a few supports that weren't available to us that we can check in here that we may be able to use. So we do need power charge and critical support for Vaal Arc. So we're going to put that in instead of faster casting. So power charge gives us 4% more damage on charge. So that's why it's very, very useful here. Now on the other hand though, we're going to check all our other ends with our auras and stuff like that. We do got to get a Vaal Stormcore with increased critical damage, which could be here as well. So that's what I'm going to check. So I'm going to pick up that, and I'm going to drop that and put that in. So a lot of these things you're going to get as you go along effectively as well. Now we could probably put Vaal, probably could put Stormcore up here. Next one we want to get is a less duration, and I don't think we have less duration here yet, but that's the next one we're going to go for, is less duration. So we've already got few of the things that we need so far. Also, we need to get Wave of Conviction. Wave of Conviction is a very, very strong blue talent. The reason why Wave of Conviction is quite strong is because it applies exposure. So there are different types of exposure in this game. There is obviously the first one is a hex. So flammability is a hex. Wave of Conviction is an exposure. So exposure and hex work together. So if you got a hex that puts 20% less resist and exposure which is 15% less resist, it's minus 35 resist. So you can't apply two hexes on top of each other. It has to be exposure plus hex kind of thing. So this is how that works as well. So as you can see here with the Wave of Conviction, basically if you arc someone and then Wave of Conviction them, they get less resistance to lightning. And that's what you want it to be basically as well. One thing that I should highlight as well, you're going to start seeing items with 4 links, or not 4 links, but 4 sockets. You want to make sure that if it's better than what you are wearing, that you switch to it. Especially if you got lower eye level items. Like say, for example, you need to upgrade on gloves, or upgrade on helmet, or chest, or boots, or anything like that. If you see one with 4 sockets, you're better off starting to buy it. This allows you to have more abilities, and also at the same time, if they're linked, like this one, for example, it allows you to have basically more abilities and also higher tier items as well. Like say, for example, this one is a greater helmet, eye level 25, and this is obviously eye level 17. The big thing would be having this and putting an Orb of Alchemy to it to make it rare. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'll buy this and put an Orb of Alchemy to it. Now I'm going to grab an Orb of Alchemy for my stash. You may not have Orb of Alchemy or anything like that. You can upgrade it to a magic item as well. Now, whatever I get is whatever I get, okay? And I get to put it straight to it right away. So I'll lose this, and I put this on, and I put my gems to it. Now, the reason why I bought this is because this has the same links, okay? So blue and a red. So it's actually a direct upgrade of what I've got. So this is how you do like an item switch. If the item that you grab does not have the links and the items that you need, do not pick it up. Just wait for later, basically, as well. It is better to have a slightly lower eye level, but have the links correct, and have a higher eye level, but the links not correct. You don't want to craft lower level items. Like, you don't want to spend too much currency to craft lower level items up. Let's say, for example, I wanted to get a helm with 4 sockets. I would have to use a jeweler orb, and if I wanted to get it linked, I'd have to use orb of fusings, which are pretty rare currencies at this early stage in the game. Now, you remember at this stage, okay? You know how I said that we needed that, waypoint in the wetlands, okay? This is the point where we needed that waypoint, okay? So, yeah. We'll keep going for the meantime, okay? So, fortunately, I found the wetlands waypoint very, very quickly. Well, not waypoint, but the entrance very, very quickly. So, for the ancient tree is at the back of the entrance from here. So, basically, the opposite we entered is basically where the tree is. So also as well, not to mention as well, we've got an Ironheart map, as you can see here. HP at times. Oh, I found the waypoint. Don't want to keep taking him on. And we've also found the poison tree as well. So basically you're going to poison this and you get to the Vaal runes. Now you can go back and help Ironheart out, which I'm probably going to do actually, because Ironheart has some good rewards and I think he's a homie. So I'm going to go help him out. Now one thing that I completely forgot to use, Wave of Conviction. So basically with Wave of Conviction, what you want to do is that you want to hit the enemy with Arc, then use Wave of Conviction, okay? Because that will... So we're now back through the Vaal runes. So the Vaal runes, you're going to be dip and diving through just quite a bit, okay? So you're going to be dip and diving through just quite a bit. Okay, guys, I got this dungeon wrong. I'm very sure this is I thought this was the dungeon that has a lot of stairs. This dungeon does not have a lot of stairs, okay? But anyway, at this point, there's a bit of hand-holding. And you'll find out very, very shortly why there's a bit of hand-holding in this game. It's kind of like Act 1, where you do something, and they're like, oh, by the way, you have to go back to camp. Now, if you get some funny conversation here if you talk to Groost. And it's quite funny. So just in case you're wondering, if you ever play D2, you know how the sky turns to dark? Yeah, that's what you've done here. So Groost, very interesting. Basically at this point you can see here the Shadow of the Vaal. So you've got the root of the problem, and you also got Shadow of the Vaal. You have to go back to the Vaal runes. Now at this stage you're just going to be climbing up a lot of stairs basically, okay? So basically just go back into the dungeon. And yeah, alternatively as well, if you don't want to go back, this is actually a funny thing that people don't realize. Like, you don't have to go back to camp whatsoever. Oh geez, we just got spammed with level ups. You actually don't have to go back whatsoever. Okay, like if you want to keep doing the quest, you can keep doing the quest. You don't have to actually go back to camp for these to pick up these quests. You can actually do them by yourself. It's kind of like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, where you can complete quests just by doing them. Now, pretty much you got to go through the Northern Forest to get to the next area. So I picked up the waypoint as well. For what to say, you know, hey, we got picked up that. And now we're going to have to go after whatever has been freed in this goddamn pyramid. Now, one thing you guys should pay attention to in particular is that in the future, you're going to encounter these white gem sockets. This means you can put any gems in these. You can get these from essences or certain enchanted mobs. Now, if you get an all linked one, you may want to pick it up. So we're here at the caverns. So caverns is I believe it's a 1-level dungeon until you get to the pyramid. And then the pyramid is just a lot of stairs, like a lot of stairs. This is like the dungeon crawler aspect of this game, and they only get bigger and bigger from here, basically. Now, in particular, this map, what I'm going to say right now, if you ever want to find like which direction you need to go, basically as you see this little dark wispy thing, travel, you want to follow that and you'll find where you need to go. So if the dark wispy thing is traveling like, you know, like this direction, it means you need to go northeast and vice versa. So you can see here that I've basically figured out where I need to go. Now, this dungeon in particular, you get another waypoint, but this one is a lot of stairs, so be prepared for it basically as well. Like a lot of stairs. Now, funnily enough, like, you guys won't receive it in recording, but someone bought some stuff off my main while I was recording one of the previous parts. I didn't talk about anything like in specific, but a few people brought some of my items on AH, and I'm sitting there going like, oh, do I really want to put this in here? But it was quite funny. It was at a pretty decent timing as well. So we found the exit down here, and we're going to go across it. You're going to meet your... I think this is the first set of disappointments that you're going to meet, because it's going to be stairs. Now, stairs don't put you into a new area. Basically, it's just you're still in the same area, just in a different place. And yeah, you know, this is going to be how your PoE career is going to work, pretty much. Actually, I lied. You enter a area called the Ancient Pyramid, and this is where you start entering a lot of stairs. But these are all little sub-dungeons as you just walk along. And also, it's going to get frustrating when you just run into an entrance and like it's like a dead end, and you have to go a different direction. Now, things that have that really irritate me the most in this game is definitely the doors when they're closed, because I play a build where I have to get to melee range, and like, I usually depend on that move mechanic, so I can just, you know, move through and stuff like that. Nothing's more frustrating when you can't move through something. But as I said, stairs. Be prepared for a lot of stairs. Now, eventually, you're going to get to the Pyramid Apex, and this is where the next boss fight begins. So, you press the Dark Altar, you know, very smart. Okay, let's just press the Dark Altar, and hopefully nothing bad comes out. So, the Vaal Oversaw, I believe, is a giant tripod of a machine. And it would also summon ads too, okay? I was actually going to ask, is my Herald of whatever working? Watch out for the smash hurts. Yeah. And watch out for the rocks too, apparently they hurt too. So basically little cannonballs spawn ads, you just want to kill the ads as quick as you can. My clarity's not regenning, that's not good. Probably actually a really good spot is just get him in the corner like that, so you can just kill his ads over and over again. So this guy will fire lasers. The laser attack's not that bad, it's the melee attack that's bad. The melee attack will one-shot you if you're caught in it. I also have the flame dash there, because I was about to be caught in it. So he just spawns ads at random times you just gotta dispose of. Some of them are fairly easy to dispose of. And when he's back up, you just gotta dispose of him. You can dodge the laser by moving around it, but the lasers aren't really that threatening. A one-hit machine is, though. There we go. So that's Vaal Overlord down. And we can get the rewards that, you know, are here. And pick those up. Aww, that is quite sad. We could have been friends. Now, just like the end of Act 1, Act 2 is kind of similar as well, where you get an instant waypoint, and you can push going forward to the Sarn encampment to do with it. And also, you'll meet that person called Clarissa that you need to free as well. And it's kind of important to free her as well. Kind of. No, you do want to free her. Ugh. I can just fender this. Let's see what it has anyway. Yeah. So you're gonna rescue Clarissa. So basically, Carissa's gonna tell you straight up that she was looking for her mate who's in here. And yeah, like, please help him. He's in the crematorium. So basically they got separated, which is not ideal. Oh crap. Just going backwards because getting ignited and getting attacked is probably not ideal either. So that's the strong box. Basically kill a bunch of mobs and the strong box opens and you might get some good stuff in it. If you don't get any good stuff in it, well, I can't help you, okay? But either way, we're going to go to Act 3. The crematorium, I believe... Let me remember if it's in here or not. It's not in here, okay? So just go straight into Act 3. Sorry, there is a side quest in future acts. I don't remember it off by heart, but there is, you know, something in there. Now, welcome to the city of Sarn, or the Sarn encampment.
That would just make life complicated.
It is a very, very big city, just an FYI. So, thank God for the waypoints. There is also, I believe, an arena, which is in the center of town, which you can now PvP if you want to PvP. But if you don't want to PvP, then you don't need to. Now, in particular here, this is the Labyrinth. So, the Labyrinth opens up if you've got 3 of these areas. Also, no, sorry, not 3, all 6 of these, and then 3 and 3 in the future acts. But you need all 6 of these, which you gather through various acts, okay? We, at the moment, have 2. However, in my main gameplay, I've already got all 6, so, you know, I can do it, like, right away. Now, we can go in, and, you know, I can just describe to you what the Aspirants Plaza is in the meantime, so when you get to it in the future, then we can look at it. So we've...
shall weigh your mind in one hand, your heart in the other.
So
should she find you wanting, death shall be your sentence. Should she find you
Okay. This guy's a bit long-winded, okay? So basically, as you see here, we've completed these 3, okay? You complete all the rest of these 3 in this act. So the crematorium, there's the Labyrinth, and Catacombs, and Imperial Gardens. And we'll come back here later to do the Labyrinth. You want to do the Labyrinth because you get Ascendancy points and Ascendant class, which greatly strengthens your character. Like, greatly. Like, you not understand how greatly strengthens your character it does. But anyways, guys, we're going to go here and get through all the quests. And also, if we get anything, you know, that's decent as well, we're going to pick that up as well. Things in particular that we are probably looking for is a 4-linked item. So a 4-linked item like this is fairly strong, okay? So very, very strong, depending on what we need. Now, in particular, we do need Arc. So Arc is probably one of the items we do want to look for. But we want 4 links like this, but one of them to be red and the other 3 to be blue. However, you can still use this and use a different gem. It's just not optimal. That's what I'm trying to say. We might as well vendor all of this other crap as well while we're here to get rid of that, because most of this is just bleh, okay? That's pretty much it. So we'll just vendor most of it. So what we can do as well, since we got a chromatic, we can buy one of these and go and craft it as well. We can also have a chance of, you know, turning it red. So for example, you can right click this and then hit this and it might turn one red. And for example, it did. And that means it's actually really, really good now. So what we do afterwards is, well, after we turn it red, which we got very, very lucky with, we're going to go to, not Clarissa, not her. I don't know why I'm doing it for her. Where is it? It should be around here. Where's the Orb of Alchemy? Well, we can't buy one yet. But if you want to buy Orb of Fusing and Orb of Jeweler's Orbs, you have to get these, and I'd recommend not to do that. Oh, there's an Orb of Alchemy. So we can get an Orb of Alchemy from our stash, and then enchant the Fingo again. Now, just be aware you won't have a lot of these. So we get another Orb of Alchemy. This looks pretty decent. We put it in our gloves. And what we can do as well is that we can move all the stuff from here onto here. So Arc and stuff like that onto here. And we move Herald of Thunder to the other area. So what we want to do is we want to go back to the previous acts. And we want to double check if we've, you know, accidentally missed inspiration, okay? There is a chance that you may have missed inspiration. So we'll just go back to the other acts. Okay guys, that'll be it for part number 9. So particularly we reach act 3 now. Now, I didn't find inspiration at all in the stashes or various acts. However, there is a future act that you'll get this from. Like you'll get inspiration from. And we'll explore that in part 10. Well, see you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and like, comment, and subscribe if you guys enjoyed it.